Hey, this is Deepak here from digitaldeepak.com and welcome to the next lesson in your Facebook Ads Mastery course. In this lesson, we are going to have a look at the Facebook Pixel. The Facebook Pixel is one of the most important concepts in Facebook advertising. I have been running Facebook ads for more than 4 years now, and Facebook Pixel was introduced in 2017. And since the introduction of the Facebook Pixel and since my understanding of the Facebook Pixel, I have been able to increase the efficiency of the ad spend on Facebook. So first let's have an overview on what the Facebook Pixel is. And if you are going to be a Facebook advertiser, do not ignore the Facebook Pixel. Even though it might look complex a little bit, just go ahead and create the Facebook Pixel and deploy it on your site so that it starts collecting data. So right now we will just have an overview of the Facebook Pixel, and towards the end of this video I will also show how to create the Facebook Pixel and install it on your website. So when you look at what is the Facebook Pixel, it is basically a JavaScript code that you place on the website and Facebook is going to collect data from it. So this is just like Google Analytics code which you create once and put it on all the pages of your website so that Google can collect data. Here Facebook is going to collect data from the code that you place on the website. With Facebook Pixel you can do multiple tracking functions. Earlier Facebook had separate conversion tracking codes and retargeting codes. Now it's just a single code, the pixel. We can also get deeper audience insights using the Facebook Pixel, which we will look at in the future videos. So first, to understand how the Facebook Pixel works, I need to talk about how conversion tracking codes work in the first place. So conversion tracking is basically a performance marketing tactic to find out which of the clicks are actually converting into sales. Let's say you are driving 200 clicks to your website, 100 clicks is coming from Facebook and 100 clicks is coming from Google. You want to know which of these 100 clicks are actually high quality clicks and which of these 100 clicks are actually going to take an action on your website. If someone is going to come to your website and just leave without taking any action, then that traffic is not worth it. Even if you are getting free traffic, if you are just letting 100 visitors visit your website and not take any action, and these visitors might not take any action because what they find is not relevant to what they are looking for, then the conversion is not going to happen. So basically this conversion could be a sale, this conversion could be a lead, this conversion could be a particular action that the user is taking on the website. So let's say when you are advertising on Facebook, you put a conversion tracking code and you basically place this JavaScript code on the thank you page which comes after the purchase or after the lead generation inside your website. So once that page loads, then Facebook is also able to load that JavaScript code on the thank you page. And because Facebook knows that this particular user has gone all the way up to thank you page, then it can be recorded as a conversion. So let's say 100 clicks come to your website, and out of those 100 clicks, some 20 clicks convert into actual purchases or into leads. So this data will be passed back to the advertiser website, in this case Facebook, and Facebook will show us that 20 people have converted from the campaign that you have created. So now if you look at Facebook Pixel, which is a little bit different from conversion tracking, what you are basically doing is that you are putting the Facebook Pixel on all the pages of your site. So in this slide, you can see that I have placed the JavaScript code on both the website and the thank you page, but you can basically put the JavaScript code on all the pages of your site, including, let's say, media page, including the blogs, including the content, including the contact us page, everything. And then once you have installed the Facebook Pixel, later you can log in into Facebook and create different rules based on which page people have visited. So basically all the data about all the visitors is going to be reported back to Facebook. So that is the beauty of the Facebook Pixel. You don't even need to go ahead and create conversion tracking codes and place it separately. You don't even need to create it upfront. Just put the Facebook Pixel code on all the pages of your website and Facebook will start collecting data. And then you can later go ahead and create different types of audiences, different types of conversions, and all the audience data would have already been collected. So the longer that you build this data, the more effective ads that you can run. So as soon as you finish watching this video, your exercise is going to be to go ahead and create the Facebook pixel and deploy it on all the pages of your site. So what can you do with the Facebook pixel? You can create something called custom conversions. So if you are running a conversion optimized campaign, then custom conversions are going to be extremely helpful. So I will be creating tutorials and videos, and I will be also creating conversion optimized campaigns and showing you how custom conversions work in the future videos. You can create custom audiences based on website visitors for retargeting, and you can do multiple rules with this. You can create a lookalike audience based on your website visitors. You can get audience insights based on your website traffic, and you can optimize your ads for conversions. So if you do not understand very clearly any of these concepts, nothing to worry. Just keep this in mind, take some notes, and in the future videos, I will be creating a separate video for each of the point that we have discussed in this slide. So there is also something called Facebook Pixel standard events, and there are many standard events that Facebook has defined on what you want to track using the pixel. So let's just have a quick overview of the standard events that Facebook has already defined. So we have purchase, someone completes a purchase on your website. You have lead, someone signs up for a trial or otherwise identify themselves as a lead on your site. Complete registration, add payment info, add to cart. So all these are standard events, and if you just search for Facebook pixel standard events, you will be able to find all this. And this is just for a little bit of clarity on the different kinds of events that happens on your site. And once these events happen on your site, you will be able to see inside your Facebook analytics account on what is the number of events for each of these particular event. Few more events. You have checkout, you have search, you have view content, you have contact, you have customized product, you have donate, then you have find location, schedule, start trial, submit application, subscribe. So these are the standard events that Facebook has defined, but you can also go ahead and create custom events. So standard events and custom events is also something that we will discuss in the future videos, but I just wanted you to learn about all the standard events that are there, so you get an idea about the different possibilities that we can do in the future. So right now, if these events do not make too much sense to you, nothing to worry. Standard events and custom events are a bit of an advanced tactic which we will discuss in the future videos. But for now, I hope you had a basic idea about what are the different standard events that we have. So now let's jump into actually getting the Facebook pixel generated and installing the Facebook pixel on our blog. So if you go inside Facebook and if you click on the top left navigation bar, you will be able to see a link called Pixel or Pixels. And for the first time that you are creating the pixel, you will see a page like this. Go ahead and click on Create a Pixel and just go ahead and give a name to the pixel and give a website URL that you have. And this is all that you need to do. So since I have already created the Facebook pixel on my account, I will show you inside my account on how the Facebook pixel is and how you can install it on all the pages of your website. So let's go and do the live demo here. So here I am inside my Facebook Ads Manager. I would go ahead and click on the link here on the top left corner, and inside Events Manager, I have to go ahead and click on Pixels. So here is where you will be able to find the Facebook pixel, and you can see that so this particular Facebook pixel is the pixel that I have already generated and installed on my website, and you can see that I have a pixel ID. So I have 28,200 events received in the past 7 days, and all these events are just page views. So here you can see last 7 days. If I go ahead and click on last 30 days, it's 138,000 events. You can see the daily events that is happening here. So I would go ahead and click on the default pixel, which is the pixel I have already created for my account. So you can see here that my pixel status is active, and the last event has been received 7 minutes ago. So right now this is the default pixel that I have, and you have tabs like test events, diagnostics, and settings. So if I go back to overview, and if I go ahead and click on setup, and if I go ahead and click on install pixel, you will be able to see how I can go ahead and install the Facebook Pixel on my site. So you can either connect to a partner platform, or you can manually install the Pixel code yourself, or you can email instructions to a developer. So I will click on install the code myself. So basically what you have to do is that you have to copy this particular code and place it on the head section on all the pages of your website. So if you are going to use WordPress, then it's very easy. So I will show you how to install it under WordPress. So I will go inside digitaldeepak.com and log in into my account. So there are different plugins for WordPress which will help you install a JavaScript code on all the pages of your website. And if you are using a landing page, so I am using this tool called Unbounce landing pages to create my landing pages. So I can go ahead and install the Facebook Pixel on my landing pages as well. So basically what I need to do is copy this and put it on the head section of all the pages of my website. So if you look at my blog, I have a plugin called CSS and JavaScript toolbox, and here you can see that I have already pasted the Facebook Pixel inside my blog, and this particular code is going to load on all the pages of my blog. So here you can see, here it is defined as entire website. So this particular plugin is for WordPress. If you are on some other platform, you can still find out a way to install a JavaScript code which loads on all the pages of your website. Like for example, if you are using a Shopify store, then inside the Shopify store you will be able to find out a place inside the admin area where such codes can be deployed. So here you can see that there is one single pixel by single pixel image loading. So height is 1, width is 1, and this particular image file is what is doing the tracking. So since it is a 1 by 1 pixel, that is why it's called the Facebook Pixel. And I have not mentioned it in this course, but the name of our company is Pixel Track, and the name of our company has been inspired by Facebook Pixel and in general how pixel tracking works. So that's why we named our company Pixel Track as well. So here I am inside my landing page, and inside the landing page you can see I can add JavaScript codes here. So if you look at the JavaScript codes, one is Google Site Verification, other is Google Tag Manager, and I can go ahead and add Facebook Pixel as well. So I will click on add script to the variant, and I will call it the Facebook Pixel. And I will copy the Facebook Pixel code here. So now my landing page will also load the Facebook Pixel. I can go ahead and click on save code, and I can go ahead and click on save on the landing page, and then I have to make sure that I republish the landing page. I will be able to tag all the Facebook users who are visiting my landing page, and I will be able to retarget them on Facebook. So I also have two different variations of the landing page. I will go ahead and make sure that the Facebook Pixel is installed on both the variants. So in the second variant, I would go inside and click on JavaScripts, add script to this variant, call it the FB Pixel, add the code, and click on save code. So whatever content management system that you are using, or whatever landing page tool or website creation tool that you are using, you will be having an option to go ahead and create this particular type of deployment. If not, then you might have to get a developer to do it. But most of the content management systems and landing page tools have a very easy way to go ahead and add a JavaScript code, because most of these people who have developed these systems know that we are just digital marketers and content marketers. We are not necessarily coders and developers. So you just need to copy paste it. You don't need to know coding or programming. I don't know coding or programming, and it's just a copy paste job. It just looks like a complex code. So I will also go ahead and add the Facebook Pixel on the thank you page of my Learn Digital Marketing landing page. So after people visit the Learn Digital Marketing landing page and enter their name and email ID in the form, After people sign up, they will visit the thank you page, and I need to be placing the code on the thank you page as well to make sure that I'm able to track the conversions, not just the page loads and page views. So I will go ahead and click on JavaScript again, and see, we have Google Tag Manager, and we already have the Facebook Pixel code entered in the thank you page. I will just make sure that I paste it again so that there is no error in this. So it seems to be the same code. So I will just quit this page. It looks like we just did not have the Facebook Pixel code installed on the main Learn Digital Marketing page. So now that we have done this, Facebook will start tracking all the visitors that is going to the learndigitalmarketing.com page, and learndigitalmarketing.com alone gets around 2000 visitors a day, and out of these 2000 visitors, not all the people would be associated with a Facebook account. So Facebook, what they basically do is that they check if the user is already logged in on Facebook, and most of the users who browse around the internet are browsing around while they are already logged in into Facebook from another tab on their browser. So when the Facebook Pixel code is loading on that particular page, Facebook is able to identify who this user is on Facebook. And obviously not all the people will be logged in all the time, and there are some users who might not have a Facebook account also. So in such cases, let's say if I am getting 2000 visitors in a single day to my landing page, I might not be able to build an audience of 2000 people on Facebook. I might be able to build an audience of around 1200 to 1500 people. So that would be around 60 to 75% of the people would be logged in on Facebook and can be identified on Facebook when they visit my page. And once that happens, so let's say I'm able to segment people who visited this page but did not opt in, and then I will have a segment of people who visited this page and actually went to the thank you page. So now I will be able to build a custom audience of all the people who have come to the thank you page, and for them I can run a different ad campaign. Maybe I can show some of my products and I can advertise some of my products because these people have already opted in. And there might be people who visit the landing page and they might not actually go ahead and opt in. So if you look at the conversion ratio of my landing page at learndigitalmarketing.com, it is 16%, which means out of 100 visitors, only 16 people are actually converting and going to the thank you page by entering their name and email ID. Rest of the 84 people are not. And if I create a segment of this 84% of the people who are visiting my main landing page and not actually opting in, then I can run an ad campaign on Facebook targeting only this segment of the people who have visited but not opted in. I have already paid for the traffic. Now I would rather go ahead and just retarget them directly instead of trying to reach them from a fresh campaign. And I can also go ahead and change the landing page a little bit only to the people who I am targeting on Facebook. So these are all the different advantages of Facebook Pixel, and in this video we have had a look at what is the Facebook Pixel, how conversion tracking code works, and we also had a look at a live demo on how to take the Facebook Pixel and install it on your website. So now that you know how to install the Facebook Pixel on your website, you will have better clarity when we go ahead and create custom audiences and custom conversions and actually create the campaigns. And we have not yet got into creating actual ad campaigns inside Facebook, which we will start doing in the future videos. So until now, I hope you have understood all the basics of Facebook ads. I hope you already have a Facebook account. Go ahead and browse around. Go ahead and look at all these features. Read some documentation related to Facebook Pixel on Facebook itself. I will leave some useful links below this video, and I will also send you some useful links on email. So thank you for watching this video about the Facebook Pixel, and I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions about this video, please go ahead and leave a comment below.